All right, welcome everyone. Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Journal with Witch, episode 7. We had some spice last episode.
Indeed.
And I love how quickly it moved along and how it's just, oh, hey, something as simple as a text that you didn't mean to send. And then suddenly things
you were
are
thinking about
rekindling.
it.
You were thinking about it. And he does smell nice. Yeah. Yeah. And oh, damn, he's hot. And then,
and he's right here. And we are. Yes.
And then maybe, oh, hey, you know, the chemicals in your brain are being like, you know, we could get past our own personal insecurities and space issues and things like that.
Past.
You know, like we could get past that in order to fix that thing from the past, right?
Yeah. But you don't have an empty apartment right now. So
you don't.
You kind of have to figure out a way.
Hey, you
His place, you know.
your friend, right? You guys should have a sleepover.
right. Yeah.
Like tonight. like right
go.
now.
Yeah.
Get out of here,
Skedaddle.
please.
Yeah. That'd be wonderful. Oh, could you go pick up like something from, I don't know, something 20 kilometers away, you know? Right now at night? It's like, yeah, it's totally fine. It's
Maybe.
totally fine.
Yeah.
That'd be wonderful. But all right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
朝お母さん
Whoa.
はあなたのことが
Yeah. Oh, all right. Powerful stuff.
ああどうもどうも
Hey.
Good to see you again.
巻き上げんあんたすまんね相談乗ってもらっちゃって
お役に立てるなら嬉しい。
Oh, finding her a job?
先方、だいぶ大悟さんに会いたい感じ。
Oh,
right.
introducing her to
Yeah.
an employer. I see.
どうする？交流会とか。
ああもう
Yeah, let's go formal. Let's go right into it. Yeah.
子供いると便利なんですよ牧雄さんとお呼びしていいの
Oh, they're getting to meet. Whoa.
作ってくださってありがとうございます
Oh.
ああいえ朝ちゃんとは
Yeah.
小学校から
Oh,
一
they
緒
get their own.
で
Yeah.
They get their own
Nice.
table.
They
Yeah.
get to hang out and the parents get to hang out.
エミリや朝ちゃんからお話聞いてね
Typical
全然大丈夫だって
grapevine kind of mom being like, I scouted you out with my daughter,
Right.
and you seem just fine.
精一杯はい子育てはずっとそうですから
Oh, why are all the characters so sweet in the
Right.
story?
牧雄さんからは何も聞いてない。
しばらく会ってないもん
Oh, okay.
えそれはつまり
She gets it immediately.
牧雄さんが親友に話さないこ
She
とは
hasn't told you that maybe
俺が話
it's,
していいのか。
you know, she's
あ
wanting
い
to keep
つと
it
恋バナ
private.
なんてしない
Oh, really?
その辺の距離感が
Really interesting. Have they had like?
私らに会ってみたいって言い出したの
Oh.
まああの時は会話の速
Yeah,
さに
yeah,
ついてい
yeah,
なかっ
yeah,
た
yeah,
な。
yeah. Oh, it's too real. I've been that guy. It's a whole thing. Yeah.
大悟さんには歓迎されないと思ってたんだ。また俺が彼女に
You got a race to keep up.
とまで話しちゃっていいのかしらって最初はびっくりしたんですけど
Yeah, it's a bit of a processing thing as well.
Right.
Yeah.
私は姉とは没交渉だったのでねえねえお母さん
Oh, got cut off there. Yeah.
私も背伸びたの2センチだけねへいエミリー裏切り
You're undermining our own cause. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
牧雄さんと別れた後にね。
なのに私えらい怒りのメール送りましたよね
Well, yeah, of course. Let's-
Well, I'd just gone through a breakup.
お叱りメールも関係ない。銀行なんてもう無理だなって思い詰めちゃっただけ。
Wait. What?
本当に
大丈夫。
なんか
Yeah, I would not have expected that. What?
Yeah.
私がいろいろ忘れちゃうから忘れちゃうんですか忘れちゃうんです忘れるって何を
I don't know.
Well,
何もかも
lots. Yeah.
それでこの前喧嘩したもんね喧嘩ではない
Well, maybe to you it wasn't.
友人のアドバイスです
Uh-huh.
そうですよね突
Do you
然
think she
親
could be
にな
like
ら
neurodivergent? Yeah, yeah.
親ではないんですがでも親じゃないし
Oh,
でも決断なさったわ
yes, exactly. This mom remembers. She was like, oh, I just drew the connection there.
やり過ごせよ。努力が足りないんだろう。言葉にしなくても
Ooh.
自分が弱い立場の人間になるなんて 想像もしてなかった。
And all of a sudden, yeah.
Whoa.
転職するまで誰にも話せなかったし、
So what is he working
マキオの
now?
反
Is
応
it
も
just
ちょ
something
っと
where
怖か
he
ったんだけど、
learned the lesson over the course of the time, or
そういう人だから惚れたんだよな。
あらあらあらまあまあ
So, anyways, no.
I gave you the contact info.
yeah.
一体どんな苦しみだろう。生涯をかけても見つからないことにさえ
Oof.
私たちは
Damn, yeah.
Yep, she's a writer.
Yep.
でもらったものでやりくりしていくしかないと思うんです。彼女を
Mom's like,
どうされましたまた泣いてる
she's a sweetheart. No.
人なんでエミリーママ超みたい。じゃあ水着買ってきます。
Good. You guys go away. You're not emotionally mature enough to.
いえもうね自分だった
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
さんに伺ってよいでしょうか。
Anything. Yes.
私いつもエミリーママって呼ばれてるから親切はいなんでしょう。
Yeah.
姉は
Uh-huh. Had a feeling. Yep.
Oh, wow.
ことでついてくれてるっていう。
知らない。
それがさ、俺みたいなのと違ってなんか涼しいな。それで
Chill, bro. Chill. You're good.
面食いじゃないよ。
でも頭のいいやつが好きだ。
Well, that's true.
何知った、
いや違う。でもマキオさんモテるだろう。
Oh my god.
おめえのことだよおめえの。
A lot of guys are weirdos, though. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Oh my gosh.
自分に厳しい人だったかも。
Oh.
こんなこともできないのこんなこと。
Yeah.
ね
The stuff that she said
Four
to you, she
fingers
probably
pointing
said to
back.
herself, too.
Yep.
そういうところは似てらっしゃるのかな。
Oh.
ご自分に厳しい。
I'm
wait,
like my
hang on.
sister.
姉は籍を入れなかった。
Thank you. I was curious about this. The last names, yeah.
どうでしょう。
Oh, that
なんだか
instrument.
知らない人みたいだ。
It's like a little bit of scratching, but
違う人間みたいに見えてるのかも。わかりませんよね。本当のところは。
yeah.
Yeah, you never know, and then it happens, and then...
どの選択をしてもきっと後悔はしたし。
It's how you live with them, yeah.
引き取らなかった方が後悔したかな。したんじゃないかな。
Probably.
ご自分に厳しそうだから。
Whoa, the way that comes back around to being something that,
Interesting, Makio.
yeah.
Maybe think on that a bit.
付き合わないです。なんで好きじゃないから。彼氏作んないの自分が欲しいんじゃないの
Oh, dodging that question. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see you. I see you, Emery.
恋バナ
Not
でキ
showing
ャ
her
ーキャー
face
し
for
て
this.
ねえ不純ってか本当にさ
And we've shifted the conversation.
とにかく作らない彼氏は、何それじゃあ彼女ならいいの
Oh.
マジでしつこいこの話
Ah.
は罪ではないという話、別に私変わって
Oh.
Right.
と思ってたから多かったな。
明日食べるよ
Okay.
うちの母のレシピの参考に。
Oh, nice.
ちょっと人の日記
Yeah, it's just recipes.
自分が思う完璧なものを与えていれば、俺が彼女の望む完璧な息子になると思ってたんだ。
Wow.
それって愛かな。
Yeah.
どう受け取るかはあなたの問題だし
Why does it show so mature? Oh my god.
日記を残してたの
日記？
And none of it's definitive. It's just this is how you. Yeah.
あんなにたくさん書くに至ったんだろうって書くのはとてもこだ
It is indeed.
朝は今も母親に会いたがってる
Sure.
日記の中には母親は生きてるでしょ今こそ読みたい時かもしれないし
Cool. Okay, so she now hears about it.
何それ勝手に死んだんじゃん
Oh.
Well.
Oh.
Huh.
We've got some very unresolved.
Huh.
勝手に何日記って
Unresolved.
お母さんも巻き落ち
Yeah, frustration. Yeah.
自分の持ち物が何もないだけ自分の空虚 人に教
Whoa.
全然好きじゃなかったのに産んでみたらこれだって思っちゃってさ子育てに向いてたって
Jeez.
That was just
なんていうか
that was a full on shotgun.
Yeah. Indiscriminate condescension. Yep.
で全然思い通りにならなかった
結婚はしたくない。
Wow.
父親としてできる限りよろしくお願いします。
そう
Oh.
That's rough.
に追突される事故が発生しました。警察によりますと、
Oh, God.
私はみんなと同じでずっと普通でなんなら少し優秀でみんなと違うなんて変なことで
Wow.
なんでこんなこともできないのねえなんで
Oh.
あなたはどうやって人と違う自分に耐えて生きているの
Oh.
あなたの名前は必ず来る新しくて美しいものという意味を込めて
Oh. I want you to be loved and liked by everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
あなたがどんな人になって何を選ぶのか
Oh.
ずっと先もわからないかもしれませんでも
Whoa, and that's in the actual.
それは大きな穴を覗き込む
Yeah.
なんだって書けるもんわかんないじゃんわかんないじゃん
Wow.
These episodes are never easy. They are always a privilege.
Wow. I love the idea that almost all the drama is with characters that aren't even alive
Yeah.
being in the
Yep.
mix. Mm-hmm. Because then we actually get to progress so much of the story. It then makes it so the way that the story can have them resolve the conflict is just taking the internal and bringing it out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we got
This was
two very distinct
fantastic.
kind of chapter adaptations here. We have one focused on the
The side characters interacting.
the side characters interacting, but I would say more so having the two table conversations of adults thinking about depression, regrets,
Right.
and also how to give yourself grace. And I think that in a lot of ways, all three of those things are completely intertwined in a very special way. And to me, I feel like it informs from like a directing standpoint why these chapters or these segments of the stories are adapted together. Because getting to know Minori, the sister, basically a lot more in the second chapter here in the second half of the episode.
Right.
We see what kind of was the logical extension of her characterization before this, which was
Right.
she projected out a lot of her insecurities onto her sister
Yep.
in the same way in a lot of ways that Makio kind of does the same thing, but
Sure.
kind of is a little bit less vocal of a person.
Right.
But then we saw before with what the mother gave them, it makes sense. They gave their own flavor to it and then thus passed it on down to the people in their circles and such.
Exactly. Also saying, well, it's not like she's, my parent or anything, right? And echoing that thing that Makio said, right? And the, fully well-intentioned and everything, and there's a lot of ways in which that could be very good. But also it's kind of cutting off that, possibility right out the gate. When maybe
Yeah.
that's something, you don't know whether or not she would end up wanting that or not wanting that,
It's really wild how, in a lot of ways, when you realize that adults are just kids that are older.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Which sounds
Like-
like it's saying nothing.
like-
and
like-
it kind of is, but also it's saying
Well,
everything.
hold on here.
Yeah.
You can't assume anything about a person just because they're,
Right.
35 or 45 or what have you.
Yep, there's no guarantee that
There's no
the age and
guarantees that-
experience causes them to actually learn certain
To
lessons.
learn certain lessons, to mature in certain ways, to be able to handle
Sure.
certain
Oh, yeah.
adult problems.
Yep.
So the idea that you could have a character that up until now has kind of been the antagonist for Makio, be basically, you know, we could tell that there was foreshadowing in this regard, that Makio was really fixated on like one or two specific moments in her past that were a long time ago.
Right.
And that, Inori has her own regrets and her own failings and her own things that she's been kind of suffering and struggling through.
Right.
Everyone's human. The
Yep,
stories that they have and what they are going
Mm-hmm.
through, the battles they're fighting internally, are ones that you're almost never going to see unless you are like that one person in their life.
Exactly. Right.
Most likely.
Yep.
So the idea that we then get here the pointing scene of she points at herself, and it makes so much sense based on what we knew about her thus far, that she was the chronic people pleaser. She was the person that was like,
all about appearances.
all about appearances. I have to look normal.
Right.
Because that's what being a successful person in adult society is. Is basically just really masking as well as you can the normal thing. And then once she ends up in a relationship with a guy who basically says, hey, I'm not going to do the normal thing with you.
Right.
Or the societally typical normal thing, at least for my culture. I will not marry you, but I will try to be a father and stuff.
And that is something not just done out of obligation, but I do want to take care of this kid.
But we had also revealed in this episode, part and parcel, in the little restaurant scene, Dad would not talk to me when we were out one-on-one. Oh my God. Like that. If that doesn't tell you anything, that was the first bit of defined characterization of her dad that Asa gave us.
That he didn't say anything.
He just did not talk to her. Right. Now, that could be kid exaggeration in that he obviously talked to her functionally. But he didn't maybe talk to her at all in a vulnerable, connecting, emotional, relational way. He said, what do you want to order?
Oh, sure.
But never talk to her as like a person.
Taking another way, right? Makio is definitely an introvert, right? She doesn't talk that much, but when she does, she has a lot to say because her job is specifically around communicating.
Sure.
You take someone who has the proclivities of, don't want to talk to people and all that stuff, remove my vocation is, vocalizing, right? Sure. And then, there's not going to be a whole lot there. And that's...
Yeah. It's kind of the thing of where, I've been playing a lot of, this is so random, I've been playing a lot of Slay the Spire 2 with friends. And
I'm very curious.
Yeah. And so one of the things that I've found is that I am the chirpiest in the Discord call.
I have vulnerable, I have weak or whatever, yeah.
Well, we're right, but also I would say because I feel like YouTube has made it so just talking is a free action. I'm just like blah, 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 just talk.
Blabber and whatever, right?
Yeah, whatever.
But for a lot of people, that is not something that, comes easily to them or whatever. And
it doesn't mean anything necessarily completely wrong.
Right.
But what it can mean basically is that this person is maybe living with a bit of regret surrounding, maybe having a kid to begin with.
Well, and the whole idea that, regardless of whether or not that is their natural tendencies or things like that and all that stuff, right? Yeah, totally. And
sure.
The hardest part of being a parent is that it's an always thing, right? It's not a sometimes thing, right? And so so even if you do your best to compensate for that, your natural tendencies will still come out, right?
Oh yeah.
But the thing that makes it hurt for us hearing about it is that we don't hear anything about this is how I am. I understand that this person is a kid that will still need to hear things and won't have they won't have the confidence or experience or whatever, right, to be able to be like, that's just how this person is, right? They have needs that need to be met, and hey, you're kind of one of the two big people in their life that's there to fill that need, and you're not doing it for whatever reason, right?
For whatever reason,
and so now, hey, we're in a situation where Makio, you're the one person who can kind of, supply a lot of those needs.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
better or worse, the
For
parents
better
are
or
gone,
worse.
right?
Yeah, so that's I think the point where I want to get into this whole idea of regret, because Makio brought up some really good points about how I can't actually give her the parent stuff.
Right.
I can't. She's logically correct in that when it comes down to at least the immediate future here, Asa is not going to see her as a mother or as even really a parent of a form. What she's going to seem like is a maybe a kinder than normal adult that is functionally helping protect her. And the difference between raise and protect is vast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because part of it is that Asa is predisposed to absorb the raising side of things from her parents because of a myriad of biological things.
Sure.
A massive years and years worth of experience of just time doing that naturally, subconsciously.
Oh, yeah.
So the idea that Asa turned out this way is in large part and parcel due to the influence of her parents and probably even more so her mother. Makio comes in and Asa has maybe underlying regrets about some of the ways in which life, dealt her this shit hand, but then also, there were parts in her relationship with her mother and her father that she's like, all I have now are memories and regrets. So Makio can't just put her hand into the situation and go, regrets, be gone, go away.
It is now fixed.
It is now fixed. No, we're gonna be potentially living with those for a really, really long time.
Oh, yes.
And I mean longer than childhood long time.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yep.
Asa has agency to affect that in some manner, for sure.
Yeah.
They are her feelings and her regrets
Right.
and her experiences. But part of taking some measure of ownership and some measure of facing those things directly. I'll face myself. Music plays in my head right now. Requires a bit of emotional reserves and energy that she just might not have right now.
And so sleep.
So sleep. So she searches the spoon cupboard for spoons, and there ain't no more spoons.
It's like,
man.
well, all right.
I don't have the spoons, man. So you know what? I'm just gonna sleep. I'm gonna hang out with my friend, and
I love
okay.
I love the line of, and she doesn't have the words to be able to process and understand what she's feeling right now. And that kind of despair and everything. No one ever does, right? Like you can never actually have the word that the words don't exist, right?
The perfect words don't exist.
Right. You can get closer. You can get better ones.
Well, the part that makes Makio so fun as a character is she is the one that in this story should be the closest to having the perfect words. And yet what's so special about her is that it's not that she has the best words, because she does, but it's that when she attempts to communicate, she doesn't give up the communication because she's stumbling with her words like every once in a while. And what ends up being really powerful about that is then characters like the mom in this case here, Emery's mother, are able to then see the emotion and see the attempt and the struggle through it and pull out the little bits of attempts with it and go, oh my God, I need to just hug you. Can I just hug you? I just imagined myself in your situation.
And
my empathy just went, wah! Oh my God. Like I was feeling that. And I was oh fuck. Like I could not imagine.
And these are fictional characters that do not exist.
They do not exist, but you know what? That does not matter. Does not matter.
No, it doesn't.
I am
Practice
right there
life.
in this fucking story. So I loved that first half of the episode. I loved the way in which we sidestepped again so much potential melodrama stuff here because Asa's little jabs across the table were there as a form of processing her own loss, but also are a fun way of revealing to the mature people in the group how much help she needs. And then therefore the mom indexes less on whether or not Asa is being taken care of well and turns over to Makio and goes, are you being taken care of enough here?
How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Yeah.
Like there's something so incredible about the way in which we have this story about primarily women. Like this is primarily like
oh yeah, and it's great.
The struggle is in the story are primarily focused around women and the burdens of not normalcy, but like
expectation.
Expectation. I'm trying to find a better word. There's a word specifically with regards to I would say actually almost expectation is nice, but I almost say like presenting.
Okay.
There's this aspect of Makio that presents almost in a humble way, because she almost doesn't know how to do this well, that she's struggling. like you know what I mean?
Well,
who else in this story is actively presenting without any mask at all?
Right. Makio doesn't mask much at all.
No.
She does some, but it
is a little bit.
But it is...
It's in the hiding behind the menu and being like, gomenasai, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's the you let the thorn bushes be easily seen so that way when you do need to mask, it's that tiny little place in here that you're like, nope, no one can find out about that.
And we get that with Nana Daigo of the, hey, you know, the only guys that really like her are the crazy ones.
Right. She doesn't talk about guys.
Right.
I would not want to talk about guys with her.
Right.
That sounds awful.
Right. And the reason why that is because when it comes to the typical people in this culture and, you know, society and stuff that they live in, people can see, obviously, she's not your typical person in that regard.
She's doing her own thing, and it works well for her.
She is marching to the beat of her own drum.
Yep.
She is prickly. She is sometimes not fun to be around.
Oh, yeah.
And she is very, very on the nose with what she likes and doesn't like.
Yes.
All things that the other female characters in this story are not presenting specifically.
Correct.
Like 100% of the other like women in this story are not presenting that.
And so then, hey, you know, when she's like, you know, I think Asa's friend here might be needing to march to the beat of her own drum. I'll give her a movie about tomatoes, you know.
Green tomatoes,
you know. And
it's like sometimes in stories and media, it's the whole, you know, like levels of media literacy where it's like, this is what the characters are feeling. This is why the characters feel this way. This is what the author is feeling. This is why the author feels this way.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get something where they're like, this is for, you know.
I'm pretty sure that movie does exist. I'm pretty sure that's a legit real movie.
It could be.
I feel like I might have even seen it at some point.
It could be.
But yeah, if this is something that would help you, maybe it doesn't, maybe it won't. You know, maybe I'm overstepping or, you know, reading too much into it. But, you know, here you go.
There you go. And then the way she's like clutching the pillow, feeling probably so seen, and then also maybe so vulnerable as well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And then afterwards, the conversation as they're going to bathing suits, and then it's the, whoa, wait, why not boy? Why not? You're being annoying. Stop it. I'm done with this.
Oh, come on. You're like, you're being weird, and then like fixating on the word weird. And it's like, I'm not weird. It's like, no, of course not. You're just acting like, you know, my aunt, which is weird. Which I love Asa's logic for that, right? It's like, no. I'm not saying you as a person are weird. I'm saying the way you are being now is strange because that's not how you normally are. And so what gives? And she's like, well, I don't want to talk about it. That's what gives, you know?
Yeah. It's really funny how if the story is about regrets, the further and further we get into the story, and in a lot of ways I do feel like it's you know, it's more nuanced than that.
Sure.
But that's, I would say, where most of the pain comes in.
That is a word that covers a lot of the story.
It is a word that covers, a lot of the conflict in the story, yeah.
Yes.
Then it makes sense in a funny way that the other main character other than Makio would struggle to understand that people change because let me explain why. The idea that, oh, if I am living my life in the I lost so much,
Right.
but also wait, I have a fear in my head. Did I lose that much?
Yeah.
Did she really love me? Wait.
Even when she wrote it down, was that just something that she chose to write down, or
Yeah, was she
is that
more
actually what she
concerned
meant?
about the way that I would turn out and how other people would love and like me than whether or not I knew that
Right.
she loved me?
I want you to be loved by everybody, but most importantly, I want you to love yourself. Okay, so that really seems like it's saying you're saying a lot of people. You're not saying yourself. You know,
It's really wild. It's really wild. This is oh man, this show is so good. Like, there's something so wild about when a parent goes, I struggled with this. I would hate if you struggled with this. Wait, why?
because they experienced it and it sucked.
No.
you know?
No. Like,
Yeah.
why would it be so bad if I struggled with something?
Right. In a lot of ways,
Because you don't think I can handle it?
well,
You don't think that, like, people that struggle with that are capable of moving through it?
Sure.
Why is it more important to avoid the struggle to begin with rather than just presenting hey, here's the thing that when you struggle with this, rather than saying it's not normal to struggle with this, or
Sure.
if you struggle with this, that's not good.
Oh, yeah, even
then
the whole, like-
no. You just know you are loved.
Yep.
And if you struggle with self-love, or if you struggle with feeling like you don't fit or what have you, or that other people don't love and accept you, know that I love and accept you. Wow, it suddenly changes, it reframes the whole thing, doesn't it? Like,
well, and even the idea that it was going to be giving it to her when she's 20, when arguably she would have at least gotten a foundation to resolve a lot of these things if she had been struggling with them. If you think about the idea of, okay, if your kid struggles with something that you struggled with, right? Oh, fantastic. That means they have someone who is uniquely equipped to potentially help them because you've gone through something very similar.
yeah.
You know,
So
with,
if
of
you-
course, their experience being different. But
Yeah.
if it's actually that, oh, wait, no, I don't want that to happen, and also I want to make sure that you love yourself, are you maybe saying that you don't love yourself, and maybe it's because you struggled with those things?
are
and so maybe,
projecting.
and so maybe the reason that I actually don't want you to struggle with those things is because I don't like that I struggled with those things, and so then I wouldn't like it if you struggled with those things, not because you're struggling with something, but because it's that thing, you know? And
It's so incredible how I don't think many adults don't get this. The idea that framing something as trying to avoid a negative versus seeking the positive. It is completely different. They are not
It is
like
not the same.
They're
Yeah.
not two sides of the same coin.
No.
No. One is shame. One is shame and regret based, and the other is saying, this is something I yearn and desire for you. There is so much shame riddled in the way in which people project their own shit onto others just because they did not resolve that thing within themselves. Because they have active, living, powerful regrets regarding those things.
Yep.
Think about, and I'm making this as like a mental exercise. This is for the viewers, for you, it's for me.
Yeah.
Take the things in your life that you are motivated to do because of regret. Like, just think about them for a second. They'll come to mind rather
Okay,
quickly.
yeah.
Why do you need regret to motivate you for that? Why do you need it?
Sure. Yeah.
You don't. It's so understandable
and-
to realize that regret is something that builds on itself to justify its own existence, but you have so much more within you that can just breathe life into you and others than regret.
And if
Like,
regret
oh
is
my
the
God.
only thing that you have motivating you for something, maybe you need to take stock and reevaluate whether or not that's something that you want to be motivated towards.
Right,
Because
right.
if regret's the only thing, that kind of sounds miserable, you know? Like,
Well, yeah, it's again a thing of where you're going to have regrets in life.
Sure,
Like,
yeah.
you either you have or you are going
right,
to.
it's pick your poison, not avoid it.
Yeah, exactly. So thus, don't live your life avoiding regret. Take knowledge of the fact that there are choices to seek after other than regret.
Right. Choose your regret, right? In the case of Makio, she's choosing the regret of, you know, having her space to herself and everything and all
Yeah.
of that stuff over, you know, regretting not caring for the child of your dead sister.
Yeah, like
You know,
I think
like-
in a lot of ways everything passes. So it's not some like, again, we're not talking like the way in which Asa's mom accidentally kind of stumbled into in saying that I hope for your sake that you don't struggle ever with the thing that again, not ever, but you know, she could have worded what she wanted to say more properly, but it's again the thing of it's that unfortunate timing of things, given that this was a very sweet letter to give to a daughter in general,
yep.
but then
There's a
she
lot of
happened
good stuff
to
to get in
die,
there.
and thus
Oh, yeah.
then it's the thing of where maybe at some point along the way she could have like reevaluated when her daughter's turning 16, and she goes, you know what? Scratches out the 20, 16, writes it instead and goes,
Sure.
here you go. You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what? I shouldn't have waited to give this to you. Here you go.
Let's talk about, if you have any questions, let's talk about
yeah,
this. But, you know,
rather than the
but here's my thing for you, you know, and then, yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
love you, and you know what? If you struggle with anything along these lines, if you have any regrets, know that that is a normal human experience. I have many of my own, and I want to be open and vulnerable with you with them because hey, you're going to be at some point an adult that is thinking, "Oh, this is all so wild and new, and I don't know what's going on, and I have no grid for this, and I
sure.
feel like I'm the only one that's No,
You're
don't
not.
worry, don't worry.
Yeah.
You're not that unique. It's
Right.
okay.
But, oh, hey,
we all struggle and
you know,
regret. Yeah,
there's a whole lot that can be communicated in words beyond just the literal meaning that you have there. And so even if, say, there's some potential barbs underneath the surface, not barbs not the right word, but, you know,
implications. Yeah.
with your word choice in that, you know, document for her, right? That communicates your own struggle, right? And that's something that will probably be helpful for her, or hopefully will be helpful for her. And so contrasting that with Makio's whole thing of, I just want to make sure that I'm not fucking it up and making sure that she is protected, right?
Yeah.
The raising, nope, I do not feel up to the task of that. I don't feel that is my place, but I can do the other stuff, hopefully.
And that's what's kind of sad is that that's probably going to be the final conflict of this story, is that Makio voting herself off the island because of her own regrets regarding how she kind of went a different path than the typical person, like, or just to contrast her with her sister.
Sure.
Because that's, she has her own comparison issues in that
Definitely.
regard.
Yep.
Saying like, oh, I didn't do it that way, so I don't deserve to be speaking into and raising a young woman. Oh, I wonder where you got that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I love how both of these sisters' words, critical words to each other, you know, or spiteful, or however you want to say it, right, are things that had an effect. They were both in the
They're both true.
right, both in the damaging of the relationship,
right.
but then also in them at the very least internalizing it to some degree, but also probably taking some lessons from it, even if maybe not all of the lessons were good ones. And like they make it very obvious in the episode how we can see that with Makio's sister, but I like the little ways in which we get to see it with Makio as well.
Yeah. I love just the reveal of the way in which Makio's words of basically saying
You have
what
nothing.
might have been a response of, shut up, you're the one who will suffer like this. You only care about how people see you. You have nothing you like or want to do. No principles to stand by. No curiosity. No inquisitiveness. No nothing. Just because you don't have anything that's yours, stop pushing your emptiness onto others. There is something, I would say, rather universal
Okay.
about if someone gets really good at presenting a mask that is not them. One of the things that will happen is they will get rewarded for masking well.
Sure. Yeah.
And
yeah.
so-
that's why people do it.
No, totally. But I actually think eventually people just get wise, and you have people that you know where you're like, you are not a genuine person.
Okay.
Maybe this is just me.
Okay.
Maybe this is just me. I'm caught a little bit. I feel like maybe I read a little bit too deep into things, but I feel like I can tell a little bit when someone is more or less being rather guarded and or not just guarded, but like presenting literally like an something that is anti who they are for the sake of people pleasing,
Sure.
yada yada. It's usually easy to tell the more time you spend with the person because they change who they are in different groups.
Well, right. It's or to put another way, it's less about finding out whether or not someone is, and more finding out the ways in which they are.
Yeah. So getting into that, the idea that if someone is rewarded for doing that well, it can be rather shocking because you've been doing it for so long that every once in a while you'll see something come up and go, wait, I don't know how I should respond to this. And if you have just enough self-awareness that you do that and you think that way, you go, wait, why am I thinking about how I should respond to something? Wait, what?
Okay.
Whoa. And I feel like I see this in a lot of people who have this like crisis where they go, oh shit, I have been so focused on mimicking and chameleoning others and changing who I am for the environment or the person that I'm around, that when someone genuinely like offers to basically say, I'd like to know basically who you are and pull that out, they're like, how would you like me to respond? You know?
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
it's literally like a identity shock to the system of like, fuck, I don't have anything. And so this was the most extreme version of that because they're sisters.
Yes,
they
know
spent
exactly
so much
how to,
time with each other.
They know exactly how to go right through
her words went like straight through all defenses and armor and like lodged their way deep into her subconscious, and she's like, I am now almost like trauma remembering in this like hallucinatory form.
She remembered your words in a similar way that you remembered hers.
Exactly. And so I feel like the story is saying, hey, this struggle is way more common. Obviously, there's a spectrum of ways in which this conflict comes out.
Sure.
But it is way more common than you'd think. So the idea that Asa then sees potentially the true side of her mother for the first time here, then it makes it even more impactful that she goes, wait, I don't know for sure whether or not she really loved me because I didn't even necessarily know who my mother was really. Like, she never really presented that exact, like who she was really.
Well, it's the thing of the contradictions are what make you really understand something. And I'm not even just talking about people, right? Like, that's how you understand something. You know, it's this rule exists, except for here where it doesn't, right? Like that concept will communicate so much to someone, right?
Yeah.
And so she's used to seeing the image of your parents that you see when you're young, right?
Yeah.
Where you're still figuring out all your own shit, right? Not that you'll ever stop doing that, but because you're so focused on dealing with that, you're not going to see as much the issues with your parents, right?
For sure.
But then also the teenage years are maybe where that starts to happen. And so then you're like, all right, I'm going to become my own person. I don't necessarily want to be like my parents in that way, right? And so if she did not often see the weak side of her mother, then that's something that to an extent comes with the territory, right? Because she's trying to make her child not worry about her, but help her child and everything. And yet, then suddenly you get this journal letter thing that is lengthy and goes into all of that shit, and this is absolutely going to be a side of your mother that you've never really seen before. And so then, if that makes you question things even more, right? Where, even seeing this, you're like, okay, but is this actually you, right? Well, these are just words, right?
Yeah. And that's where I feel like she was already like thinking about this fear on some tiny level because she's, no longer going to have her mother around. Yeah. So anything that she's thought or known about her could theoretically get reframed over the course of time.
It both can't be dispelled, but then also if, my mother never loved me, well, then I didn't lose anything, and so then it doesn't hurt as much.
Well, yeah. But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon to get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel, see if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.